The AMD Radeon RX 9070 XT and NVIDIA RTX 5070 Ti have just hit the market, and gamers are already debating which one is the better choice. Both promise incredible performance, but which GPU truly delivers the best value for your money? In this video, we'll compare their specs, benchmarks, and real-world gaming performance to help you decide. Let's find out which new GPU you should go for right now. The AMD Radeon RX 9070 XT features the latest RDNA 4.0 architecture built on TSMC N4 C5 nanometer process, packing 53.9 billion transistors into a 357 square millimeter die. The Navi 48 XT processor includes third-generation ray tracing and matrix cores, plus AMD's third-generation Infinity Cache to reduce memory latency and improve bandwidth efficiency. AMD's RDNA 4.0 architecture introduces significant improvements in compute density and power efficiency compared to previous generations. The redesigned compute units feature enhanced instruction scheduling, wider execution units, and improved cache coherency protocols. NVIDIA's RTX 5070 Ti utilizes the new Blackwell 2.0 architecture on TSMC's 4 N5 nanometer process, with 45.6 billion transistors in a 378 square millimeter die. It features 4th-generation ray tracing cores and 5th-generation tensor cores powering DLSS technology. Blackwell introduces an upgraded cache hierarchy with an expanded L2 cache and specialized artificial intelligence hardware for accelerating neural network operations. The Blackwell architecture represents a significant evolution in NVIDIA's graphics processing approach. It features a redesigned streaming multiprocessor with improved shader execution pipelines and enhanced texture filtering units. The RX 9070 XT includes 4,096 shading units in 64 compute units, with 64 ray tracing cores and 128 AI tensor cores. It features 256 texture mapping units and 128 render output units. Clock speeds start at 1,660 MHz base, with 2,400 MHz game clock and 2,970 MHz boost. The card uses 16 GB of GDDR6 memory on a 256-bit interface running at 20.1 gigabits per second, delivering 644.6 GB per second bandwidth, supplemented by a 64 MB Infinity Cache. The total board power is 304 watts, and 2 8-pin power connectors are required for proper operation. The card's physical dimensions are 267mm in length, with a dual slot design utilizing a triple fan cooling solution. The RTX 5070 Ti packs 8,960 shading units in 70 streaming multiprocessors, with 280 texture units, 96 render output units, 70 ray tracing cores, and 280 tensor cores. Clock speeds range from 2,295 MHz base to 2,452 MHz boost. Memory consists of 16 GB of GDDR7 on a 256-bit bus running at 28 gigabits per second, providing 896 GB per second bandwidth plus 64 MB of L2 cache. Thermal design power is 300 watts, requiring a single 16-pin power connector. The reference design features a compact 242mm length with an advanced vapor chamber cooling system for optimal thermal performance. Both cards support DirectX 12 Ultimate with hardware-accelerated ray tracing. The RX 9070 XT includes AMD's Fidelity FX super resolution upscaling, smart access memory technology, and modern media encoding and decoding hardware. Connectivity includes one HDMI 2.1B port and three DisplayPort 2.1A, connections with peripheral component Interconnect Express 5.x16 interface support. The RTX 5070 Ti's standout feature is DLSS 4 with multi-frame generation, which NVIDIA claims enables games like Cyberpunk 2077 with full ray tracing to run it up to 191 frames per second at 1440p and 149 frames per second at 4K. Over 75 games reportedly support DLSS 4. The card includes NVIDIA's 9th generation encoder and 6th generation decoder for creators, with studio drivers optimized for creative applications. NVIDIA emphasizes AI-accelerated technologies and creator optimizations, while AMD focuses on raw performance with a more straightforward rendering approach. AMD claims the RX 9070 XT delivers 38% higher performance than the previous RX 7900 GRE at 1440p and 42% higher at 4K across 30+ games. Ray tracing performance shows a 66% improvement in titles like Cyberpunk 2077 at 4K. Compared directly to the RTX 5070 Ti, AMD states their card performs just 2% behind NVIDIA's offering. In contrast, the 5070 Ti shows strong performance in ray tracing and AI-enhanced scenarios. With DLSS 4, NVIDIA claims it runs demanding titles at up to 191 frames per second at 1440p and 149 frames per second at 4K with full ray tracing. External reviews indicate approximately 84% higher performance at 4K compared to the previous RTX 3070 Ti in standard scenarios. For content creation, the 5070 Ti appears to have an advantage with its AI acceleration hardware and studio drivers. NVIDIA claims to have doubled its AI generation performance and 60% faster video exports than previous generations. The RX 9070 XT is positioned as the value option at $599. While the RTX 5070 Ti launched at $749. This $150 difference is key to AMD's value proposition, especially given the claimed 2% performance gap. AMD calculates this gives their card approximately 23% better performance per dollar. Market availability complicates this comparison, with reports indicating that RTX 5070 Ti cards at MSRP are difficult to find, with retailers charging premiums or stocking only higher-priced factory overclocked models. If this trend continues, the effective price gap could be even larger than the official difference suggests. Your choice depends on your priorities and budget. The RX 9070 XT offers excellent value with nearly equal performance at $150 less than the RTX 5070 Ti. It's ideal for gamers who prioritize cost-effectiveness and don't need advanced AI features. Choose this card if traditional rendering performance matters most to you. The RTX 5070 Ti excels with cutting-edge features like DLSS 4 and superior ray tracing. Its GDDR7 memory and specialized AI acceleration make it better for content creators and those wanting future-proof technology. The premium price delivers tangible benefits for specific workloads. Availability may ultimately influence your decision, as real-world pricing often differs from MSRP. Both cards represent significant upgrades from previous generations and will deliver excellent performance for years. That's all for today. Which one would you pick between these two latest GPUs? Share your opinion in the comments. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more.